Dr. Lavorata here. Today I want to talk about the brain, specifically the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. We know that the left hemisphere controls logic, math, and language. Now, when we're talking about logic, we're talking about the ability to reason. So, this gives you the ability to debate, to teach, or to defend yourself in a court of law. When we talk about math, we're talking about solving mathematical equations. When we talk about language, we're talking about creating sentences, paragraphs. So all of that, the left hemisphere of your brain helps you to accomplish. The right hemisphere of the brain, we're talking about creativity, emotion, and spatial skills. So when we talk about creativity, we could think of an artist perhaps mixing colors to create an emotion on the painting on a canvas. We're talking about spatial skills. So when you're playing a stringed instrument, right now we have tapes. So to show you exactly where to slide your finger at a certain location and stop. Okay, but then in junior high, we take those tapes off, and magically, what happens because you've been doing it for so long, landing on tapes, magically, your brain now is able to stop at those spots without any tape or any reference to it. So the spatial skills, the right part of your brain, the right hemisphere of the brain, helps you to accomplish those skills. Playing music activates both hemispheres at the same time. That's the magic of music. Now, when we're talking about music, the hemisphere of your brain will help you read notes, associate letters of the notes, whether they appear on lines or spaces. It helps you count beats so that you understand subdivision of beats. For example, a quarter note is subdivided into two eighth notes. Each eighth note is half of a beat. So when we count those eighth notes, that is the complete sound of one count. So the left side of the brain helps us with that. And also analyzing patterns. So when you're learning a song, you'll see repeated patterns in the song. It helps you memorize the song and through the knowing about these repeated patterns, analyzing those. All right, the right side of the brain will help with music. Will help you listening to the sound. So you want to play in tune. So your fingers have to land in certain spots, certain locations to play in tune. You'll have a reference of rhythm and beat, and also moving your bow together in sync with your neighbor. All that the right hemisphere of the brain will allow you to accomplish. Music trains the brain to ignore distractions. Now, this is extremely important, and how evident when you walk into an orchestra room. It's noisy, everyone's practicing, but you're able to go to your seat, turn to a song, pick it up, even though your neighbor's playing something entirely different. You're able to focus and concentrate on what you're playing. That is magical. Magical part of the brain allows you to do those skills. Now, both hemispheres are connected with the corpus callosum. The corpus callosum is a bundle of nerve fibers which allows information to flow between the hemispheres. Musicians often show stronger and faster communication between both hemispheres of the brain. The frontal lobe is located right on the other side of the forehead and controls focus, planning, and decision making. Neurons are the brain's messengers. So when you are concentrating, neurons are very active and igniting all over your brain, certain sections all over your brain. Playing music playing music requires long periods of concentration, coordination, and quick thinking. This repeated activity helps strengthen these neural connections, making the ability to focus easier over time. During this process, the brain automatically releases a chemical called dopamine, which eventually makes focusing and concentrating more enjoyable. Now, both hemispheres of the brain must work together in order for understanding, enlightenment, and genius to occur. So make sure you stick with music and you practice, because I have a very good friend, Dr. Albert Einstein. He's extremely busy, but he took time to come here today to speak with you. He's referred to as Dr. Albert Einstein or Professor Albert Einstein. So I'd like to welcome Professor Albert Einstein to our class to talk with my students. And I would like for you, Professor, to share with our students how music helped you and your brain work together to create your theory of relativity. Thank you, Dr. Lavorata. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to your students. My name is simply Albert Einstein. I was never given a middle name. I was born on March 14th, 1879 in the city of Ulm in southern Germany near the Danube River. I grew up in a home that was filled with beautiful music. Because my mother was Pauline Koch Einstein, and she was a very accomplished pianist. When I was 6 years old, my mother signed me up for violin and piano lessons. When I became a teenager, I was playing violin concertos by Johann Sebastian Bach and by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I studied music theory and enjoyed playing music. Music always moved me with emotion and helped me to think and relax. I've always believed that music and science were deeply connected. People would often see me taking my violin wherever I went. My violin was so important and close to me that I even gave my violin the name Lina. And Lina became my closest friend. If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music. Life without music is inconceivable to me. I live my daydreams in music. Playing music helped me to dream deeply and give me confidence to solve mathematical problems, which ultimately helped me to explain my theories of relativity. One theory came to me in 1905 where I explained that time and space were not fixed and actually depended on how fast you are moving. Simply put, imagine two twins, Luna and Leo. Luna stays on the Earth while Leo flies around the galaxy really, really fast, almost as fast as light. When Leo returns back to Earth, he discovers that Luna is older, even though they were born at the same time. You see, when you are zooming through space super fast, the space clock ticks much slower than the clock ticks on Earth. Now, in 1687, Isaac Newton explained gravity differently. He believed that gravity is a force that pulls things towards each other. According to Newton, the sun is constantly pulling the planets toward it. However, because the planets are moving so fast sideways, they keep missing the sun. So the planets in orbit, instead of crashing into the sun, they keep going very, very fast around it. Then in 1915, I came up with a different explanation. You see, gravity is not a force. It's the result of space being covered by mass. Think of the sun as a heavy bowling ball sitting on top of a trampoline. It creates a dip in the trampoline, and if you roll a marble near the dip, the marble will start to curve around the bowling ball. So the sun is the bowling ball, the trampoline is the space, and the earth is the marble. The sun bends the space around it, and the earth and the other planets follows the curve around the sun and keep moving in orbit around the sun. I would encourage all of you to stick with playing music. Music will make both hemispheres of your brain work together as one. Peace and calmness in your brain will lead you to greater enlightenment. Music will help you multitask in a way that you never thought possible, and will give you confidence to understand and to solve complex mathematical problems. Keep studying music and watch how you can create new solutions, and who knows, maybe you will discover the next scientific breakthrough. Thank you, Dr. Lavorata, and thank you to the wonderful students for allowing me this honor to speak with them. Thank you.